Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
Many times over the years in my role as a newspaper editor, I was asked to speak to clubs and organizations about what I do. I was always happy to accept. Typical of such occasions, I was asked to supply a few paragraphs of biographical background to the person who would be introducing me. I don't know about you, but I've always found such introductions boring and a little too full of the speaker's own self-aggrandizement. I did what I was asked and always supplied the basic info, where I went to college, when and where I started my career, that sort of thing. Boilerplate stuff, in other words. Usually my presenter read it word for word. I remember one particular occasion when I knew the introducer personally, so I decided to lighten it up a bit. I gave him the usual drivel, but I concluded with this sentence. Today, Tom lives in a tool shed near Rising Sun, Ohio, with his three-legged dog, Lucky. To my introducer's credit, he read it just that way, and with a straight face. The audience didn't know what to think. It was a great moment. During my years as an editor in Monterey, California, I served as the Rotary Club of Monterey's program chairman. I said I'd only do it if I could make it fun. Here are two of my favorite memories. I invited a member of the Monterey County Board of Supervisors, our county's top elected body, to speak to the club. He was a young guy, around 40, as was I. He had often disagreed with some of our editorial positions at the Monterey Peninsula Herald. So this was my introduction. Today we are pleased to have Supervisor Moore as our speaker. I did a little research on Mike and discovered that he and I have much in common. We both live in Delray Oaks. We both have been told we are too young for the jobs we have. We both have mustaches that occasionally rage out of control. And neither of us has ever been endorsed for public office by the Herald. However, my favorite Rotary program memory was the day I introduced the United States Deputy Undersecretary of Commerce, a woman, as our speaker. Rotary in those days was basically a men's business club with few, if any, women members. Even so, you'd expect she'd be preaching to the choir, right? She began benignly enough, offering a few harmless comments about the economy. Slowly, her tone and demeanor began to change. She launched a litany of complaints about America's small businesses, suggesting they cared only about their profits and not their communities. "Where is your collective civic conscience?" she asked. Her business talk had turned into a harangue. The Rotarians were not amused. The air went out of the room as she delivered one shot after another. Anger was building. Faces were turning red. Finally, guys began shouting at her. It was not pretty. She turned to me for help. I joined her at the microphone. "Gentlemen," I said, "I'd like you to meet Maribee Boone, a frequent performer at the First Theater of California here in Monterey. She comes in peace." A fellow member of the program committee and I had crafted our distinguished guest's speech. Fortunately for Maribee and me, the club was so relieved it was all a joke that order was quickly restored and nobody was physically assaulted. Man, what a wonderful day that was.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at WGTE.org/life.